They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to another great episode of Express Yourself with XPress. I am your humble host. Thank you again for tuning in, but don't just stop there. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you to my proud sponsors, Shoe Pugs, King Visions, Well Self Love, and Tilt Inglewood. Yeah, they up to no good, but up to a lot of good for the community, as well as taking everything all over the place. And, gifting me so I can be a gift to others. So before I do that part, let me get into my expression of this episode. The expression of this episode is determination. Now, I feel regardless on who does and doesn't support you, you have to be determined within yourself to persevere through all that to get to where you want to go. It does not matter who's cheering for you. You still have to cheer for yourself in order for you to get to where you want to go. So determination, no matter what the outcome or the goal is, just staying down 10 toes all the way. And this amazing individual has been determined all the way, which is why I get the great honor and pleasure of not necessarily witnessing, but being a part of, because I've been seeing her all over the place, been seeing her on stage and everything, but I got her finally sitting right across from me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the amazing, beautiful, talented Dazy-Lyn.
Hello.
No. Hello.
Hey, I want to add to that too. Be grateful for the ones that do support you and concentrate on them.
Yes.
Because I think that, I've been doing this almost 4 years now. And there were moments where I slipped up and I would, be in my feelings and let people know, through social
Being
media,
open.
like being like, oh yeah, fuck that if they don't, and it just sounds a little bit like we're nagging.
It could come off that way.
A little bit, when I do it, it doesn't sound like I'm nagging. But when I hear someone else do it, I'm like, ooh, girl, you nagging.
Yeah, it can be a little cringy.
And it's like nobody wants to show you love after you're like disciplining people for not showing you love, and like I had to kind of take a step back and like observe myself from that point of view, because I was like, wait, I do that. I've done that too. I've done that. If I'm keeping it real,
I've spoken the truth, and it may not be pleasant for other people's ears, I guess, so to speak.
Because it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like when I see someone being like negative, like, oh, I see you doing this and you don't like my shit, and I'm like, ooh, like I kind of let me exit.
Yeah,
like,
you're kind of adding the fuel to the fire with that type of energy.
And then now you're gonna think that I'm gonna go like your shit because I saw you do this, when genuinely I just wanted to like your shit.
Right, I wasn't liking it because of the threat.
And now I'm gonna go hide because I'm scared. So like I've kind of I've chilled out a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? Privately, yeah, fuck y'all. But
publicly,
I want to show love to those who show up for me, like genuinely, where I'm just like, yo, I see something and I'm like, yeah, I'm a double comment on this bitch because she's always on my stuff. And like I don't ever want to get to a point where like I'm too good to show love, because I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people can become that way once they hit a certain
I'm seeing it from this side as well, because being in the media space, you come across people that you either A, knew before they got to the position that they're in,
Ooh,
or B, you
spicy.
see them in the position and they're just molding it to something else they're not. But before we get into the juiciness, we got the LA baby in the house.
LA baby.
And I just want to say you've been a gift to everybody with your amazing sound, your amazing energy, but your amazing spirit. So I definitely want to gift you with something.
I love gifts. No way.
Yes, and it is another LA
God.
baby on the shirt.
I fuck with Tilt. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely Tilt. Yeah, he hit me up and like, yo, we gonna get this whole thing going.
Yo, my God. I have a collectible card with him.
Yes, I do homework, so I know.
This is my guy.
Same.
Wow.
So I already knew, and it's funny because I have this. I got the shirt too in the car. I got 2 of them.
So we're gonna be twinning.
Yes, twinning and winning.
Thank you so much.
No, sincerely, thank you. I really appreciate it. And this
you
was
have
long
no idea
overdue.
How much I love,
because I was tired of being like shoulder length apart from you, making eye contact with just 2, I guess, not determined enough to just say hello. My name is such and such. I think you're dope. Keep doing your thing. I got this thing going. If ever the time comes about, let's go ahead and make something together.
You know what? I appreciate it because you know how I be moving? Like before, I just used to go up to people, but as I like I've grown and just kind of been in these spaces, it's so much better when someone introduces you, when there's a mutual friend and someone that they also respect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different when you go up to someone and when someone that they fuck with is like, "Hey, bro,
This is,
this
I
is
agree.
whoop-de-whoop, you know, you need,
I won't
you
say
need,
any names, but that could have happened.
yeah.
That could have happened with a certain cameraman. Could have happened,
Yeah.
you know?
But, you know, like when they do it like that, I feel like there's this like the wall is now down.
Absolutely. You bring your guard down because somebody that you embedded trust into is basically introducing you to someone as someone you can trust as well. So it definitely does bring that guard down. And I want everyone to be, you know, just more, you know, open with themselves. When you get to certain plateaus within the industry, there's this thing that I call selective social. So people pick and choose who they're socializing with based on, you know, just vibes and stuff. Not knowing if you're open with yourself, it allows you to be open with others. So then you can vibe with anyone. And you can be like you, step in a room and just love abundance of it. And really, really deserve it, not just because, again, the artist that you are, but because of the person that you are.
God bless. Thank you.
Always.
Yeah, I love that.
Definitely.
But yeah, like what I was saying about the like talking to people and stuff, like you get different versions of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, and this is not because, oh, I'm like treating you on some hierarchy level. It's not that. It's just growing up. Like, I was, especially when it came to men, it was very like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like, oh, like high alert, you know, and it don't matter what kind of man it is, a man, you know? So for me, it was always like, what do you want? What it, you know what I'm saying? So if someone's introducing, you get a softer version of me, you know, because people have told me in the past, like, oh, you know, when we first met, you weren't too like friendly. And it's like, well, I didn't know you.
you gotta build that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know you. I didn't know what your intentions were. I didn't, you know, it's also like settings. Like what setting were we in? You know what I mean? Like what was the tone that you used? Like there's so many little details that I'll pick up on, and based off of that, my little reading, my 5-second reading, then I act accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I genuinely now I will wait. Like if I see someone and I'm like, oh man, I know they fuck with me. I'm like, you know what? Patience.
Because you're saying that, I'm a lot alike in that way too, especially coming more into the game. I'm just learning to be more patient within the moment. You don't want to, oh yeah, or you don't want to come off even lighter energy. So you just kind of be patient within the situation and allow the energy to manifest itself.
Yeah. Because at some point, you know, we gotta ask ourselves these honest questions and be like, am I being desperate right now? You know, like, am I doing too much? You know, because I feel like it's better for me and like I'll be more authentic if
Thank
it's
you.
like
Genuine.
yes, if it's like,
Always.
oh, so and so this, hey, what's up? You know,
Mhm.
and then they're just a little nicer too, you know? They're like more welcoming and
Absolutely.
then they're like, "Oh, so then what do you do?" Then they start to ask you questions as opposed to you running your resume and like, you know what I'm saying? And like and then, you know, sometimes hey, people get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed. I get anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes if it's like
Yeah,
if
it's too much going on. I've been known to, if there's too much going on in a room, I can shrink.
Mhm.
And it's nothing against anyone. It's just my defense mechanism. So then I'm not like overwhelmed by the moments and stuff like that. So I understand way too well. It sounds like we're speaking the same language, but to let everybody know originally where you're from, and then we'll get into your family upbringing.
LA, born
That's
and
right. That's
raised.
right.
Yeah, Koreatown, South Central. You
Mhm.
know, I'm LA baby through and through. Like I've always said it. I don't really go past Hollywood. I don't go past Florence. I don't go past La Brea. I
You
don't go
stay
past
in the box, the LA box.
Yeah, I'm like this very small radius. You know what I'm
I like
saying?
that though.
And like, it's funny because as I got older, I would like kind of move a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like when
widening in that radius.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I would just kind of like shift a little bit, you know? And like my first time on the West Side was when I got to high school when I went to Fairfax, you know, and I was scared because my mom was like, "No, you're going to go to Fairfax." And I was like, "What? Out there, you know, on the West?" And I'm thinking, because you know it's West Hollywood, so I always thought that, you know, that's where other people be at, you know, and I wasn't used to that,
Talking
you know.
about WeHo.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't used to that. So when I pulled up and it was all black and brown, I was like, "Yo, this is great.
This is where I'm supposed to be."
This is great. Yeah. And it's like a fashion school. I didn't know that. I had no idea because I had never heard of Fairfax before. You know what I mean? But my mom, she had me go out there. She actually went to Fairfax too. She was on the basketball team for a little bit.
Okay. We see where the athleticism comes from in the family.
No, you know what? I'd say it came from my dad a little more, and I'm not even that athletic. You know,
It skipped you a little bit.
You know what it is? Like, I think that my genetics are pretty good because, listen, when I don't work out, I'm super sloppy. Like, I look sloppy, my posture's bad, like, everything is just sloppy. But as soon as I start to work out, I get like 3 workouts in, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's called muscle memory, ladies and gentlemen. As a ex-operation manager for LA Fitness and 24-hour fitness, I tell people all the time, like, and I did boxing, I did basketball, I did football, I did everything. So for me, a lot of people, including my cousin, they're always making fun of like, you can eat whatever you want, and you know you don't get to this or to that. And it's like, well, there was a point in time where I didn't have a choice of what went in this body, and all I didn't knew was training and training and training. So now it's just. I say I'm lazy because of muscle memory. So like sometimes
you can count on it.
Yeah, 3 months for some people is 3 weeks for me. If I'm not lazy.
Same.
If I'm not
Oh my
lazy.
God,
but
same.
when you have those genetics and stuff like that, I wouldn't say you take them for granted, but you know, you kind of tiptoe. You tiptoe. You don't run full fledged.
You know, I'm tired.
That's the word that's been going around a lot lately.
Yeah, you know, but my dad, he's actually like he didn't go into competitions as a bodybuilder, but my dad was always ripped. Since I was a little girl, I've never not known my dad to go to the gym. So that's like something that I'm super proud of because that's not common. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, ever since I was a little girl, I remember he had his big weights in the house, you know, like the bar with the huge weights on the end, and he would write my name on them and put little hearts.
What?
Yeah, and like he would, you know, he would set it up in the living room, and like I remember like having my legs on top of his little bar as he was like,
added more restriction,
going up and down, you know, and I would always watch my dad work out. Like my dad would take me to the park, and he'd always be on those
dip bars,
the dips all the way down. My dad is like Superman to me. Like you don't understand. Like strongest man I've ever known, most disciplined man ever, clean, like doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, like all about his work. Like my dad is my hero and my example of what I want to follow.
Y'all hear this? Pick this up. That's that internal determination based on what she's constantly around and what she was bred into. And you know, with that being said, let's talk about your family dynamic and stuff, because you do have the best of both worlds. You do have your parents, you do have, you know, family and siblings and stuff. Talk about how supportive they've been to you and your journey through the industry.
Well, I am very blessed to have 2 parents that adore me and support me. I have more than just 2. Like I kind of count my family like parental units.
Okay.
Like four. They're really four, you know, because those were the ones that raised me. I have no siblings. So it's just me out here with a bunch of animals. So like the animals that are in my house, those are like my little siblings.
Okay.
You know, so it's me and freaking eight other
little furry things
little
and stuff.
Motherfuckers.
Yep.
They be bothering me and stuff.
We're gonna call her Miss
other.
Dr. Doolittle.
Yes, I've said that before.
I know.
We're like the Dr. Doolittle family. Yeah.
I should have brought up the video of that, but again, it was only so many that I can send my producer.
No, you're good. You're good. But you know, I have my mother.
Yes.
My father, my stepmom, and my grandma. So the last three, those all stem from my dad. My grandma is on my dad's side. She was the grandma that raised me. I have both grandmas, but that grandma, straight up every day of my life. Like I've lived with her. She's taken care of me. I remember I used to go cleaning houses with her, you know, because that's where the cable was at, you know. So
I definitely understand.
So I'd always go, oh, like, Grandma, can I go with you? Like, you're about to go to a tight ass house with cable, and then you got, you know, all Latino families have a little white girl because we take care of them. You know what I mean? Like, they clean their houses or babysit them or whatever. So I had me a little white girl named Courtney. I have no idea where she's at, but I had Courtney for a few years.
We're gonna find her somewhere.
Yo, I have no idea, but I remember Courtney. You know, my grandma used to clean her house and take care of her. So she was around, I don't know, maybe since I was like 4 or something. And I would go to her house. I'd look at all her shoes, and they'd give me stuff, you know, because I think they knew. I think they knew that I was a little looker, you know, and I was like, ooh.
You either give or take.
No, but I love things, you know what I'm saying? So I've always been that way since I was little. I've always been very materialistic. I love shit. I understand
way too well, especially when it comes to shoes.
Yes, yeah. So, you know, I would chill there a lot. And there was another little white boy, Logan, and he lived up in the hills somewhere, and we would go to their house too. My grandma had her own little room there, you know, and I would watch Nickelodeon and like fucking that turtle Franklin.
Oh my God, hey, it's Franklin. Yeah, I know that damn thing too much.
Like I remember those shows, you know, and Hey Arnold, you know, like Hey Arnold was one of my favorites.
That was a good one.
But yeah, like I only watched cable TV when I would go work with my grandma. I would help her. You know, she taught me how to clean. Like, that's why I clean so good. I clean like a Mexican because my Mexican grandma taught me how to clean.
Okay, it's really in you.
It's in really me. Yeah. You know, and they definitely passed that down to me. I'm getting better as I get older too, being more consistent, you know, but I definitely know how to clean. Like, maybe, you know, I'd go a few weeks, like 2 weeks, not deep cleaning or something, but I know how to make it spotless again.
She's spring cleaning every month, basically.
Yes, pretty much. So, you know, I would go to my grandma, or I would go to my other grandma's house, my Salvadorian grandma on my mother's side.
Okay, we getting the cooking going. Okay.
And they were out in the valley, so they had cable. Them people with my cousins that lived across the street, they had the cable.
So
I was, anytime I had vacation, I'm on my way. Like, I'm going to my cousin's house. You can't keep me here.
no hold me back. No locked doors. All that's going down.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the sounds of music that was going down in the households that inspired you as an artist. What were some of those early influential individuals?
Well, it's crazy because, you know, my parents were really young. So my parents had me at like 19 years old, you know, so especially now, like when I'm a little older and I'm like, there's no way I could have a child right now. Like, I can't imagine myself at 19 years old having a kid, especially someone like me. I was so judgmental and like just like telling, especially with my mother, like always telling her what to do and just like criticizing every little thing, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm lucky that I didn't have a little me running around, because Me, I would have fucked me up,
Mm-hmm.
but my mom was different.
Patience with you. Definitely. And I come from young parents as well, so I understand. My mom,
Okay.
they were a little younger than your parents. My mom
Mm-hmm.
was 16, my dad was 17. So we're talking
Ooh.
about
You grew up together,
kids
yeah.
literally having a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So like I definitely understand where you're coming from in that aspect.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I give them grace too, like especially as I get older, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I really gotta cut them some slack because they were
Mm-hmm.
just trying to figure it out.
Also learning this thing for the first time.
It's
People
their
don't
first
realize that.
fucking time.
Everybody has life once. So everything that you experience in life, you're learning for the first time, even when it comes to being a parent. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like each one teach one, but you also have to give grace within the situation because again, they're still learning as they go.
Yeah. And despite whatever like ugly little things that may have happened, like my parents have always taken care of me. They've always loved me. Like they've always been there. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, there's definitely trauma, but
Absolute. It comes with it.
yeah, but I think that, I'm a champ and I took it well.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, you're here for a greater reason than we all know because it's still to show for itself. And then the support, like again, you had your family involved in your videos. Like
Yeah.
you've like again, you make sure that the love and determination and support is always there.
Mhm.
Has there ever been a moment where it wasn't?
No. No, my folks, they've always known what I've liked. Like I've always been an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I was a little girl, my first talent is drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was blessed. Like God really was like,
Spent some extra time on
yeah,
you.
he sprinkled a little bit of this, a little bit of that,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't get the cooking sprinkle, so I don't know how to cook, but I could order you some
You know
fucking
what?
food.
It's all good.
Ooh!
As long as you ain't burning the house down, we'll figure out the rest of it.
Yeah, I'll burn cereal, man.
Oh
What?
God, she's burning cereal, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
just playing.
We just gonna keep her out of the kitchen.
Look,
Only
look.
thing she's doing is pouring a glass of water. That's
Look,
it.
I've always said my milk to cereal ratio is crazy. Like it is so good. Like no one can top that. Like I do not like soggy
Okay.
cereal,
Oh,
and my shit just
mm.
doesn't get soggy because my milk to cereal ratio is top tier.
We really up here talking about milk to cereal ratio. You know what though? Like I fucks with it. You
Mm.
know, I'm a cereal head, so I'm figure
Lucky
that out.
Charms.
Magically delicious. We gonna figure that out though. But I also cook, so the yin to the yang, I got that for you.
Oh, that's fire.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were talking about music. My
Yes.
mom is from El Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
She came here like in her teenage years. She's a romantic. She's a lover, and just a very soft lady,
Very sensual.
Yeah, and she loves her romanticas. So that's like
Mm.
very like it's like love music, R&B, but like old school Spanish
Okay.
type shit.
Gotcha.
And she was very big into that, but she's also a salsera. So she dances
That's the dance
salsa.
music that
Yes.
like you picking up the
Yeah.
dancing recently.
Yes.
Yes.
So she's like very into the dancing scene, So in our culture, we have salsa, cumbia,
Yeah,
merengue,
merengue,
punta,
bachata.
bachata,
Yeah.
So it's
Yep, I
like
know. Black and Dominican. Yep.
we tap into all that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how it goes. And my mom was definitely the parent at the parties, fucking turned up dancing and doing all that. My dad was not the dancer.
No.
My dad was like, sit down.
He
like...
had to be the fan for her after she came off that dance floor from sweating and stuff.
You know what? I'm not sure if he liked it. Like they had a very...
It was a night and day type of circumstance.
Their relationship was not good. Like
we got an amazing individual out of it, so hey,
yeah, right.
What more can we ask
like
for?
my mom always says it, like we literally came together just so that you could come out, and I feel it because I've never liked them together. Like even when I was a little girl, like I was just too like I knew too much. at a young age. Okay.
Same.
So even when I was little, I was not little.
Right. I know.
I was just pretending. And I would use a little baby voice sometimes. I'll talk a little bit like this so that people would think that I was a little girl.
Oh,
no.
you knew what you was getting
No,
away with.
motherfucker.
You knew what you was doing.
Yes.
Manipulation.
No. Yes. Yes. Big on that, you know? And I had to check myself as I got older because I realized that that's the gift of influence at the same time, you know? So I have to use it wisely. You know, I can't be no fucking tyrant and, you know, fucking
problem child, better yet.
yeah,
so,
you know,
cannot
like,
be a problem child.
Yeah, so I use my gifts wisely. You know what I mean? I stopped at some point. But yeah, even when I was a little girl, I can't stand these motherfuckers. Like every time if they would sit next to each other, I'd be like, ugh, I hate them. You know, like I can't stand looking at them. And
you had a hatred for their love or lack thereof.
Yeah, they were not in love. It was sad to watch, to be honest. But
how much of your love life and your personal life actually bleeds out into your music?
A lot. Like I've been a lot more vulnerable in my music. Like in the beginning, I think I told you this last time, I was very rapidy rap, right? But like I'm getting vulnerable and I like it, you know, because there's so much to draw from. Are you kidding me? All the experiences that I've had, all the feelings I've felt, all the heartbreak that I've had, and also not just drawing from the heartbreak, but also the illusion of what I would like. You know, I'm also kind of like, even though maybe I haven't had it, I'm like, well, this is what I would want it to feel like. You know, and
fantasizing about what it could be.
Yep. You know, and a little bit of manifestation.
Absolutely.
Right?
Speaking into existence.
Yeah, because I'm just like, you know what, I it's cool, you know, to use my past as inspiration to write some shit, especially if the beat brings it out of me. But if another beat brings love out of me too, and even though I haven't really had it, I know what I can daydream about, right?
What you would perceive as it when you get it. Like that's one thing. Like we know what it isn't in comparison to what we think it is. And until we get that feeling of what we imagine it to be, everything else is going to be like, oh, it's not it. It's not it. Trust me, I know. I'm a big sucker for love. So like, I understand.
What is crazy about that is not it is like so me. Because of all the fucking bullshit that I've been a lover girl since I have memory. I've loved people since I was 3 years old. Okay, I've been getting my heart broken since I was 3 years old.
It's really hard to believe, but keep going.
Yeah, no, that's why I always say it when I see little kids. I'm like, are you one of me? Are you pretending?
One who's more smarter than you're actually perceived?
Are you pretending?
To be?
That's why oh my God, when I see kids playing their parents and I can see it, I'm like, oh my God. And then when I try to say something and then the parent gets all defensive, I'm like, yeah,
okay,
you ain't
cool.
shit.
You'll be worried about that. You'll
like,
be having a different problem later.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you see something.
Certain things from happening. Trust me. Yeah, I understand.
But they just can't. It's a child. Why? And I'm like, no, baby. No.
It's a child who understands manipulation.
Because I was that kid, I can see when a motherfucker is lying and being manipulative and just plotting. I can see
everything
it.
Is calculation.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And like low-key, that's also why I can't really date people with children, because I've tried.
Same.
And it's like it's hard because you don't want to offend people. And I'm not.
Different sense of attachment as well.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be malicious when I bring things to your attention. I'm not trying to be malicious. I'm not trying to compete with a child, especially for their love. Like that's nothing like that. But then they'll label you that because you're saying things that don't make them feel
or don't
good.
Register right for them how you're interpreting.
It's very defensive. You gotta be careful with these parents because they will get mad at you.
Oh yes, I know.
Even though you're trying to fucking help. I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to help your ass. Let me help you. But again, it is what it is. And that's another reason why I kind of leave those situations alone myself as well. it's not only just like, okay, leaving or walking away from the person, you're leaving and walking away from the others that are involved in it as well.
And then the baby mama,
baby daddy drama, like just a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Or if you dating a person and that person is the drama, but they're trying to push it off like it's the other person, so now you're tied up into their crap.
And see, you know what? Like, I'm a little conflicted, right? Because I come from that. My parents divorced when I was 9 years old. When my stepmom came into my life, I was 12. And she's still here. You know what I mean? So she's still the same woman that's been in my dad's life all these years, you know? And she was so special to me. She's still very special to me. Like me and my stepmom, we've never had any type of beef. I've always also respected
That's
her.
what I'm gonna say. There's been a sense of respect.
Exactly. Like I was never the type of person to like give her attitude. If she asked me to do something, it was like my dad was asking me to do it, because that's exactly how my dad like
presented it.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Like
respect me. Respect her the same way you respect me.
Yeah, because
it's all coming from a good spot.
If I ever if I ever even like rolled my eyes at her, my dad would have snapped me in half, you know? And it's because she's a good woman. You know what I mean? So she don't deserve that type of shit. And my dad knows that. So my dad's like, you don't mistreat people that treat you good too. We eat so good because of her. She is the best cook in the world.
I'm gonna have to see what's up. You talking about this? But I'm gonna have to see what's up.
No, she is the best cook in the world. Don't let my grandma hear it, because oh my God.
You better watch out. Your grandma will be like, what?
Whenever I walk in, and even the way that she like
her presentation,
the presentation, I like that. Yeah. Even that, I'm just like, yo, you're just like superior, you know, like you're everything
like there's, and I feel like the best plate has a great presentation to it. It's like, and the thing is, a good presentation confuses you on how to attack the plate. You're like, what do I eat first? What do I go for first? So like, yeah, I have several family members that are really known for not just cooking good, but having good presentation as well. So
okay,
it matters. It matters, especially on my mom's side of the family, being from New Orleans and stuff. It really matters.
So New Orleans and Dominican? Fire. That's dope. Do you speak Spanish then?
Poquito.
Okay,
but I'll tell people I understand way more.
Yeah.
Way more. So like, please don't think I'm just over here just like oblivious to it.
And y'all talk
I'll just turn and just
too.
laugh.
Y'all talk
and
really
that's the thing,
fast.
Understanding it faster. But it is what it is. It's all about just a sense of just respect, and having self-respect to allow other people to respect you. So with that being said, I respect you, your amazing journey, but I do have an amazing segment called Blast from the Past.
Okay.
Where I take some images up here and I, place them here and allow you to, divulge in what these moments meant to you.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. So yes, we are a little on time frame.
Okay.
But we got some good stuff in here.
Blast from the past. Let's see what you got.
So let's start here.
Ooh.
Let's start here. Bam.
This is my album cover for my first album, The LA Baby. And this is actually my living room at my dad's house. So this is my dad's dining room. This is where my dad always sits when he eats. So he sits here. His woman sits over there. I sit here. My stepmom's best friend usually sits in one of these, and then my grandma be over here on the opposite. That's like assigned seating without it being assigned, but that's what happens. So
the king with his queens.
Yeah,
I like that.
So that's always my dad's chair. But I sat there, and I brought all the plants, because to me that represents life, and it represents I'm watering some seeds here.
Growth.
Yeah. I put the rooster there. You see elephants, so I do have a strong connection with animals, right?
Yes.
So I wanted them to be there, the elephant for good luck. Roosters symbolize like new beginnings and things like that. And even, you can't see it here, but even the tablecloth has roosters on them. It has like a daisy flower. It has beetles that represent something to me. Beetles represent ayahuasca to me because
Yes.
when I came back from my ayahuasca trip, I had a moment with beetles, a few of them. There was
Well,
at
hopefully
least
it wasn't like the
4.
Beetle moment in The Mummy, the movie. That wasn't a good Beetle
No,
moment.
I love that movie,
I
by
love
the
it
way.
too.
Yeah,
That's
that's one
why.
of my favorite movies.
Same.
But yeah, I put the candles here, because it was a little bit of a ceremony, but basically what this means is I'm seated at my table and I'm waiting to fill the seats here. It's like I'm waiting for God to show me who deserves a seat at the table. So this is my first album and I'm really figuring it out, like I'm really like, okay, I know who I want at the table with me and I know who I don't want.
That's right.
I know who I don't want.
Selective on that. Big selective.
And when I put this subtitle here, that's really, I have a thing with subtitles.
Okay.
I love subtitles. And anyone that watches movies with me knows that because I'm hard of hearing. I'm good at reading lips, but I'm hard at hearing. So in person, I will read lips a lot.
That's crazy that you say that because
You
my
too?
grandmother, my entire life, same thing. But the way you look, like you're reading, is the same thing she does. So I already knew what it was without you even saying anything. I was like, oh, she's reading, and I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to assume.
Yeah.
So like, no, that's dope because like I've experienced that my entire life with my grandmother.
Okay.
So I already knew what it was.
See, no one's ever told me, so I didn't know if people could pick up on it, But like when I watch movies, I always tell people put the subtitles, and then sometimes I get a little pushback, and I'm like, listen, if you don't want me bothering you every fucking 5 minutes, what do you say? Or rewind it? Because I will rewind the shit out of stuff and I will annoy you. And I won't be like, oh, I don't want to annoy anyone. I'm not going to rewind. No, fuck that. I missed something.
Don't let me miss it.
I'm too OCD for this shit. Rewind it.
Go back so I understand the sequence of
every
everything.
little thing. I'm not missing anything,
No,
so
I rock with that.
That's why I put the subtitles because that the subtitles mean something to me.
It means something. No, I fuck with that all the way. All the way. All right. So you are, I want to say you're hip hop royalty, but you've had the blessing to be amongst other hip hop royalty. Yes. Talk about this moment, what it meant to you.
Nas. Okay. So here, this was during my alcoholic days. I was about 21 right here, some shit like
21?
that. 21, yeah. So I was about 21. You see the Alma Awards sign in the back there. So my cousin Patty, she used to run Henny on the West Side for years.
Dang.
Like I'm talking like top dog. Like she was the representative out here, and I just remember her being like the rich cousin. Like when we were little kids, she was like a little older, and she was fancy. Even
out
her
and about doing things.
Like even her Instagram is PV fancy. Because she's just fancy. And when I got older and I was able to go outside, she kind of took a liking to me because we were a little similar. Like I was like, I'm fancy. I want to be fancy. Yeah.
Show me what you got.
Like, I'm not fancy yet, but I feel fancy inside.
That's all that matters. That real determination.
Yeah, and I was like, I like fancy. I like to drink. I like to party. I like to be outside. It kind of seems like you do too.
So let's go ahead and combine.
Yeah. So she started inviting me to these Henny events, and I didn't know that Henny sponsored him. So I remember this specific day, Alma Awards, I show up and he walks in and my heart stopped. And I was like, oh my God, like my hip hop royalty just walked in, and all these people were going over to ask pictures. And, even at this age, I still wasn't there yet where I was like comfortable doing it. I was kind of like, oh, a little shy, a little like, what is he going to think of me? Excuse me. And like my friend, well, my cousin's friend was sitting next to me, and he was already done. Like, he had taken a bunch of pictures, okay? The security had already kind of blocked it off. I could tell by his body language that it was over.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, I missed it. He was like, just go. Like, you don't know if he'll say no. And I said, okay.
Take
So
opportunity.
I walk over, and the security's back is to me, and I happen to tiptoe a little bit, and he sees me, and I was like, and I was like, please. And he was like, all right, and like the security was like, nah. And he was like, it's okay. Let her through,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like walking over, like, what I'm gonna say, and I felt like he kind of had this like look of anticipation, like what was I gonna say,
What was gonna come out of your
Yeah,
mouth? Yeah.
And then I get there, and I'm like, I'm your biggest fan. Like,
That's all you could do. That's all you can do.
I was like, you have no idea. I've been listening to you since I was a little girl, right? And he was just like, okay, like, I don't know what he thought I was gonna say, but I said that. And
the truth is what came out. And that's all that needed to be said.
And I was like, can I please take a picture with you? He was like, sure, of course. We take a picture. That was it. I walk away, and it's crazy because like 12 years later to the day, I took another picture with him at Havoc's.
I had that picture too.
Yes, it was Havoc's listening session for his album that he just dropped with Alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I walked in, so I knew I was gonna see Havoc. I knew that.
Yep.
I was like, oh, Havoc's in the city. Of course I'm gonna pull up on him, support, and I was on the first floor. They had it at that Supreme shop, and I was on the first floor. I see Day One, my big brother Day One, and I was
Shout out.
And I was like, "Where's Havoc at?" And he goes, "Oh, he upstairs with Nas." I said, "What?"
Cool. History about to make itself.
And he was like, he's upstairs with Nas, and I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, Day One, come with me, please. And he was like, no. He's like, you gotta go, you do your thing, go up there, and I was like, okay. And like, I had to ground myself, and I was like, all right, like, we all humans at the end of the day. Like, he's really good at what he does, but you're really good too. So you better get it together, girl. And right. I did. We had a pretty good conversation. Like, we actually had a conversation this time.
Okay, good.
Like I went up there, and me and Havoc were talking, and then, he introduced me to Nas, because I could have, like I told you, I could have gone straight up to Nas and, done the thing, but I was patient.
Someone was able to introduce you to bring that wall down.
I was patient because I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that. As much as I want to go straight over and like, Nas, oh my God, Nas, I'm not going to. I'm going to just be patient, So I chopped it up with Havoc for a minute. It was like 30 minutes, We were having and he walked over to Havoc to talk to him. Mm-hmm. They had their little moment, and then right before he walked off, he said, hey, bro, this is Dazy-Lyn. And that's how it was, very organic.
And when someone that has respect for that person is introducing you to that person, it only makes it more easier.
Yes. And see, that's why I love Havoc so much too, because he's also so down to earth and has made me feel comfortable. And I love that, because I love people that make me feel comfortable, because I can't stand a motherfucker that's so like, too good to talk to you.
I'm big on comfortability. Your comfortability comes before my comfortability, or I can't be comfortable. Okay. That's literally how it is, and how it should always be.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll find my way, but you get your way first.
But you know what? I feel like I'm like that too, Like, I want people to feel comfortable. Like, if I don't want you to feel comfortable, you did something.
Yeah.
You did something, and I'm like, no.
How comfortable was this moment for you? Because honestly, two baddies on one screen.
She's a sweetheart. I actually met her when I was just a hairstylist. And this night she was celebrating an album or a single. It was a single, yeah. So it was like a single release party, and I showed up to support. And this was me, freshly getting my feet wet as far as rapping goes. And we had a moment that I'll never forget. She was on stage. I don't know if it was her birthday or if it was somebody's birthday. I don't know. She was on stage. She had the mic. She was talking to everybody. And she was like, I feel like dancing bachata or salsa. I forgot what it was. And she got off stage and I was standing right there and we started dancing. And we were dancing bachata and it's like everyone's like obviously looking at her, but I'm
So you
dancing.
think they're looking at y'all?
Yeah, but I'm dancing with her, you know? So it's like people saw us have a moment, you know? And then she told me that she loved my music and she was like, yo, I love what you're doing. I love your voice. She's like, I share your videos with people and you know, and that made me feel so good because again, someone that I admire that's doing their thing is giving me props, is giving me flowers. I love people who show me love. Period.
Keep on being the person you are because your hard work and determination leads to these moments.
Thank you.
Again, like it was hard work and determination for me to get you sitting here. I was like, okay, how do I go about this? How do I go about this?
You could have just asked Corey.
Just ask Corey.
You could have just asked Corey.
Wait until our producer hears that one. Wait until he hears that. All right, so I got one more to finish up with because we are definitely wrapping up on time. But let's go ahead and finish right here because this is family.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely family.
Shout out Chuck Dizzle. Shout out Letty.
Shout out Letty big time.
So, you know, this was at TDE Christmas.
Yes.
Someone big was on stage at this moment. Either Kendrick or SZA, someone was on stage and we were on the side here and you know we took a picture. Nikki took the picture of us. So you know Chuck, I've been knowing Chuck from the very beginning and
great brother right there.
Oh my God, I have endless.
You and me both.
Nice things.
We could have an episode where we're just shooting great things about man. Yeah,
like just a great individual. Like, oh, I wish nothing but the best for that guy because he deserves
1,000%.
Fucking heart of gold.
1,000%.
And like in this industry, that's very respectable and just irreplaceable. You know what I'm saying? And Letty, I actually met Letty kind of like during the very beginning stages as well, and it was so crazy because at the time I think I still hadn't really like broke through like that. I had just had one song that was out. And I used to pull up on the game because I know the game from when I used to work at Staples Center.
Yep.
So
I had some homework and so
yeah.
Again, everybody that comes to the show is a repeat offender. The stuff that I pull on her part 2 is gonna make you guys go crazy.
Oh shit! Okay. I'm
I got
ready.
some Staples Center arguments.
Ooh,
I got a lot of different things.
Okay. So you know, I pulled up on the game right after a few years of not seeing him. You know, one of the homegirls sent him my song. You know, and he was like, "Oh, tell her to come." Right. So in one of those sessions, I meet Whack 100. So I don't know who Whack 100 is at this time because I was just a hairstylist and I'm stuck in the 90s. So I'm like totally not aware of who's who and you know what. Anyway, he's like, come to my podcast. You know, Cypress Moreno's gonna be there. Coyote's gonna be there. It's good people to connect with. And ironically, he was right. You know, because I ended up making a whole EP with Cypress. I ended up collaborating with the Yotes, and we're on a show that's dropping next week. So we're acting together.
Look out for that promo drop. We got some promo drop for that.
So you know, it's like I ended up really
where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, really connecting there, you know. So shout out to Wack for hooking that up, you know, at the end of the day. You know, we didn't actually stay like talking or anything, but at the end of that interview, I ended up at Brown Bag Podcast because their manager at the time, Ronnie, was also my manager at the time. Like we were
You guys were working
fucking
together.
fucking with each other heavy, you know. So
Mhm.
at the end of the interview, we pull up on Brown Bag, and I meet all of them. I meet Duno, I meet
Mhm.
Vic, I meet Letty, you know, and we get to talking, and that was literally like, and they had just started really
Yeah.
with Brown Bag, you know, so it was really amazing to see, you know,
Mhm. See the
like
come up as it was going.
exactly, you know.
Mhm.
So I met them there, and yeah, I'm actually I'm really looking forward to this year because I have a spidey sense feeling I'm gonna end up on
Speaking to existence, manifest
yeah,
that.
you know, I'm gonna end up on Power 106 with an interview,
Yes.
you know, and
Yes.
like
Yeah, that's
I'm ready. Yeah.
I can see that happening within 90 days. I'm not
Thank
even
you.
joking.
Thank
Your
you.
talent is impeccable. And 1,000%, no, I'm gonna say it, nobody fucking with you.
Oh
When it
my
comes
God, I love
to
it.
female lyricists,
Thank
delivery,
you.
presence, cadence, and just
Thank you.
raw hunger and determination. I've had some female artists in
Yes.
here, and everybody's great in their own realm, but nobody's fucking with you,
Thank you.
honestly.
Oof. I love it.
So to go back on it, because I got more stuff, but unfortunately,
Okay.
you know, we'll get to that next time.
Okay.
If we're speaking to the younger version of yourself or someone who's in the position of trying to get out of their own way
hmm
to being who they truly want to be, what would be your words of encouragement?
Go drink ayahuasca.
Get right to it. Get right to it. Open yourself up.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, I look, that's not the journey for everyone. That was most definitely the journey for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would not be here without her, you know, and I did it at the perfect timing, and hell, I wish I would have done it even way back then, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I've just had so many different versions of myself, you know. Like, I was even talking to Day One this morning, and I was telling them like, bro, I had my bitter stage, you know, when I was between the ages of like 17, 20 years old. I was so bitter. Like, everything out of my mouth was negative. I was just like angry with men. I was angry with my mom. I was just angry, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't live with myself. And I had to make a decision to start forgiving people, even when they were not apologizing to me.
We are definitely cut from that same cloth because I suffer with the same thing. Giving the benefit of the doubt to people who don't deserve it.
Damn it, my eyelash came out. Yeah, better not be talking shit.
She's still on point, y'all. She's still on point.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my eyelash right here. I'm gonna put it on my bag somewhere.
She's as real as you can get, and I love it. Honestly, I love everything about you, your artistry, the person that you are, your spirit. Like that was the one thing. It was like. Like not to be weird or anything, and no, this ain't no blind date episode, but I felt something in my spirit gravitating towards you. So every time we're out at these places, it's like that would be a weird way to approach somebody at a music festival. Like my spirit is just telling me to, like, you know. Then you'll be like,
yeah,
oh right, that's that weird stuff I be talking about. That'll be avoided. But honestly, like, you are an incredible woman, an incredible artist, but just an incredible soul.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, real recognize real. So you say it because you see it within yourself. You know what you see in me. You know what I mean?
Again, y'all know me personally. I always say what you see in me is what you see in you. It's just a mirror image.
Like, even when we see the ugly stuff in people, is because, hey,
we're letting it out.
I've been ugly too. You know, that's why I recognize jealousy. I recognize certain things because I've been jealous before, you know? Right. So it's like,
takes one to know one.
Yeah, exactly. You know? So that's some real shit right there.
Man, you already know, like I said, everybody becomes a repeat offender here. So let them know where they can find you and your incredible music.
Oh yes, I am everywhere. You know, Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, all that. Dazy-Lyn, Dazy space Lyn. Do not call me Dazy-Lyn, okay? It's Dazy-Lyn. The LA baby.
Yeah, please don't mess it up, or she gonna mess you up.
Yeah, they be calling me Dazy, and I'm like, don't do that.
What?
Yeah.
No, y'all better either ask or just go and listen to one of their videos or songs where they're being announced. you'll get the right enunciation how you pronounce it.
Or they call me Daz. I like Daz. I don't mind Daz. You know,
Okay.
like some people call me Daze. Some people call me Daz. Some people call me Daisy, but don't you ever call me Dazy.
We're just gonna call her Daisy Days, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, you already know who I am. It is your boy XPress. I want to say thank you guys again for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. And see you guys every Taco Tuesday. Peace out.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.